Aloha. It's your favorite friend with questionable character, Aloha Mr. Hand, with another edition of Collector's Corner, brought to you by our friends at From the 108, and of course powered by Jack Daniels. I'll be having some later. So, as you know, premise being that I am currently working on the great inventory of all the memorabilia I have, and as I continue to work on this, I find more and more stuff, and figured I'd share some of it with you. Today, I wanted to focus on a couple of different types of things, some tickets that I have, as well as a couple of hats that I find interesting, and I want to start with one hat and challenge everybody while they are, watching this to try and figure out what the hat is. Okay? And I assure you it is not it was present for something that happened within the last 6 years, I want to say. And I will give another clue. It is a spring training hat. That's all I'm going to say for right now, but let me show it to you. This is the hat in question. I'm going to take it out of the plastic here. As you can see, there's a White Sox hat, and you can see you can see everything there, and it has a tag from MLB. Like I said, it is a spring training hat, and I will answer what that hat is and what it represents later. And let me just say, again, it is a famous hat. I'll just leave it at that. So I'll start, and then I'll bring up a second hat, and I'll get much more descriptive about it. This hat is a 1970s game-worn hat from the assertion I've received. It is the red White Sox style early 70s hat. This would be the era of Bill Melton, Dick Allen, Carlos May, Wilbur Wood, that era hat. So it is from 72 to 74. I have some filling in there, you can see, to try and keep it shape. One of the cool things about it is the band. I mean, if you look at a hat today, you see the band, it's like cloth. These back then were leather. You can see it is, a size. You can see the size there. Is it there? Oh, there it is. The size is 7 1/4. And the significance of this is you can see it's labeled, let me make sure you can read it, 54. For anyone who knows those Sox teams from those days, 54 was the jersey number of Hall of Fame pitcher Goose Gossage. So this is a Goose Gossage. This is attested to be a Goose Gossage hat. Now, I have played golf with Goose in the past. My intention is the next time I play golf with him is to bring that hat with and ask him to A, confirm that it's his, and B, sign it for me, have it autographed. So that is my plan with that, but that is a Goose Gossage game-worn hat from what I have been told. So the next clue I'll give about the other hat is it was worn one time only, and it involved a helicopter ride. So hopefully you can deduce a little more about that hat. But so I wanted to get into some tickets that I have. Some are graded, others are waiting to be graded. I mean, I've been working on a project to try and get a bunch of stuff graded, but sadly with COVID and everything else, that has slowed to a crawl in getting stuff done. So the first ticket I have is this one. Let me move in closer. It is from, as you can see, it is from April 10th, 1980. Box 40, Tier 8, Seat 9 on the ticket. So what's the significance of this ticket? This is a ticket from Harold Baines' debut with the White Sox. That's what this is. This is a Baines debut ticket. Okay. Next one I have is an autograph ticket from Sunday, August 29th, 2010, autographed by Frank Thomas. You may ask, what's the significance of this ticket and why did you have Frank autograph it? This is the day his jersey was retired and the statue was debuted for Frank Thomas. So that's why I had him autograph this ticket for me. Had him autograph it before he got in the Hall of Fame. That's why you don't see HOF on there or anything like that. I believe I had it done at Sox Fest a couple years later. Can't remember the exact date, so bear with me. But there's that ticket. The next one is a unique one. It is a Tigers ticket, and it is from Monday, April 13th, 2009, Tigers home opener. This is significant because this is a ticket from the day that Paul Konerko and Jermaine Dye hit back-to-back their 300th home run back-to-back. So someday I hope to have both of them sign this, since they both hit the 300th home run back-to-back with each other in this game. So that's what this ticket is for. Next ticket is from August 26, 2018. And I actually have two of them. Significance of this is Michael Kopech's first victory. This was also, for those of you who are more familiar with 108 lore, this was the weekend of Wally Money being in the radio booth with Ed Farmer and Darren Jackson on the night before, on Saturday night. And his performance that whole weekend won him the 108ing Performance of the Year for 2018. It was quite a performance he put on, screaming in the dugout, calling guys by wrong names, trying to get autographs, and shockingly, he didn't get any. Next one is, another one is a Baltimore one from 2010, the exact date being Friday, August 6, 2010. Significance of this ticket: Chris Sale's debut with the White Sox, coming out of the bullpen for him. This is a ticket from Chris Sale's debut. Okay, so moving on, some significant events in White Sox history, I like to say. First game ever, New Comiskey Park, April 18th, 1991, coming up on 30 years now. As you can see, this has been graded by PSA as a mint 9 out of 10. Last time I checked, and I believe I've shown this before, but I'll talk about it again. Last time I checked, there were only 2 in existence at this level and none higher. I got one of them. So moving on to the next ticket, another first for the White Sox. This is from Game 1 of the 1993 American League Championship Series, October 5, 1993. I did attend the first playoff game. Sox lost. This is also the game where Michael Jordan threw out the first pitch, and I do have a picture of that. And it's also the game where we found out Jordan was retiring for the first time. The news started to spread throughout the ballpark during the game, and obviously the next day was the press conference announcing his retirement and everything else. So this is from that game, Game 1 of the 93 ALCS. Back when it was the ALCS, that was the last year of the old playoff format with ALCS, NLCS, no ALDS or anything else. So it was Sox and Blue Jays 1-6. Sox did not win a game at Comiskey Park at the time. They lost all 3 games there, and they lost the first 2 games there. Won games 3 and 4 in Toronto, lost games 5 and 6, with game 6 being back at the ballpark, game 5 in Toronto. The next ticket I have is from October 4th, 2000, Game 2 of the 2000 ALDS against the Seattle Mariners. Managed by Lou Piniella. I do have pictures from this game as well. I was fortunate enough to sit close to, I was in section 129, row 9, seat 7. So I was very close to the on-deck circle on the visitors' dugout. And I remember screaming at A-Rod, who was going to be a free agent once the season ended, screaming at him about coming to play for the White Sox. And A-Rod was wearing a Crazy Horse t-shirt. A lot of you may know what Crazy Horse is, but I won't go there. So the next one I have is, the next couple involve the same guy. First ticket, this is from the Blackout game, 2008, September 30th, 2008. September 30th holding a significant date in White Sox history, because September 30th was the final game at the old ballpark, September 30, 1990. And then you had the tiebreaker here, September 30, 2008. Significant day in White Sox history. Tomei, of course, with that moonshot home run. I was sitting in section 161, bleachers, row 13, seat 1. Those were my seats for many, many years before I got a little more money and was able to afford a little better seats. But loved sitting there. Back in 2006, I had, when Frank Thomas returned to the ballpark, I had a home run ball of the first home run he hit as an Oakland A against the White Sox on his return, landed 2 rows in front of me. Wasn't able to get it. Was part of the scrum, but wasn't able to get the ball, so I failed on that one. What can I say? Next ticket, Jim Thome's 500th home run on September 16th, 2007. A ticket from the game. Also, section 161, row 13. This time it's seat 2. I got seat 1 actually autographed by him and encapsulated, but this is seat 2. Again, Thome's 500th home run. The next 4 are significant for very, very obvious reasons. 1 and 2, let me just say 1 and 2 obviously took place here. 3 and 4 obviously took place someplace else. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, 3 and 4 took place in Houston. I was not there. One of the great regrets I have is not boarding a plane on October 26, 2005 to fly out to Houston, especially considering that the company I worked for at the time had offices in Houston, and it would have been easy enough to fly out there and work there. But no, I didn't do it, and it's one of the few regrets I have in my life, and it's my biggest Sox fan regret, if you will. Okay, some other cool things. And again, this one is an eBay. Game 1 of the 1983 American League Championship Series. The Lamar Hoyt winner, the only game they won in that series. They won 2-1. And I can say, because I've spoken with Cal Ripken and Eddie Murray on this subject, and the Orioles felt all along they had to win in 4 games because they were afraid of facing Hoyt in Game 5. So that the impetus was on them to win in 4. They have confirmed this, so take it for what it's worth. The next 2, Game 3 and Game 4 of the 1983 American League Championship Series. Heartbreaking, to say the least. Tito fucking Landrum. Game 3, I mean, I think the ball Eddie Murray hit off Richard Dotson is still traveling. That's how vicious and hard hit and how fast it got out of the park. It was ridiculous how bad it was. And October 8th, 1983, Jerry Dybzinski, Tito fucking Landrum, Britt Burns pitching his heart out. What more can you say? Something else that I just recently had done, I want to show everybody because I just got it back today, and I think it looks awesome. It is... the White Sox had these that you were able... I purchased these at a garage sale several years ago. It is a sheet with all of the playoff and World Series tickets. The key thing to remember on here is the seat. If you look at the seat number closely, you'll see it is the seat number is 10. The section, row, and seat has 10/26/2005, which of course is the day the White Sox won the World Series. So if you see these, don't be fooled that they're actual tickets. Look at that area, because if it's 10/26/2005, it was a White Sox giveaway. And, I've seen people on eBay trying to sell them for ridiculous amounts of money when it's the giveaway. So just be careful if you're looking for one of those in the future. And really, so going back to the hat, I have to wrap up by going back to this hat. This hat is something significant. And like I said, it is a spring training hat. And it involves a celebrity. And again, what I said was the celebrity was riding in a helicopter. So going back to that, understanding the clues I gave you, I'm going to give people a couple seconds to guess what the hat is and what it represents. So tick tock, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. And a little not prepared, but I am prepared now to show you what the hat is. The hat is from this. Will Ferrell. Ferrell Takes the Field. This is the hat. If you watch the video, this is the hat he wore in the helicopter. MLB has authenticated this hat, and I got it from them about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, something like that, because they had an auction with all the money going to charity for all of the items that he had worn and the lineup card. So I was able to get this. I tried to get other things like the jersey and everything else, but was outbid. But this is the hat Will Ferrell wore in the Ferrell Takes the Field special he did on HBO to raise money for his friend for cancer research, I believe it was. But yes, this is the hat he wore. So that's really all I got. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, want to talk about collector's items, you want to talk about anything like this, feel free to hit me up. Got any feedback? Feel free to hit me up. And I'm digging my Pitching Ninja hat. And if you haven't had a chance yet, go watch the Pitching Ninja interview with Liam Hendriks. It is outstanding. It is a great insight into who he is. With that, I am done, everybody. Thank you much, and bang!